Here we will study about these advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation. Okay, so like we have seen reproduction, yes or no, reproduction in like asexual reproduction is there, sexual reproduction is there. Okay, in asexual only one parent is involved, and then some of the methods are like budding, fragmentation. These are the examples of asexual reproduction in plants. Okay, and then sexual reproduction takes place by the help of this pollination. Okay, after pollination is done, the pollen grains will be fertilized, and then that is how we get the new plant. Okay, here we are going to talk about the vegetative propagation. Okay, advantages and then disadvantages of vegetative propagation. You know what is vegetative propagation? It means like cutting, like planting or growing new plants from the vegetative parts. Like we can use the stems, we can use the roots, we can use the leaves. Okay, so all these are vegetative propagation. So we will see the vegetative propagation advantages. First one is seedless variety. Okay, when we do this vegetative propagation, then we can produce seedless variety of fruits or like crops. Okay, for example, banana. Okay, banana, like you have seen, you must have come across banana with seeds and then without seeds. Okay, so without seeds, banana without seeds are produced with the help of this vegetative propagation. Okay, and the second one is faster method. Okay, in sexual reproduction, what happens? We have to wait. Like pollination will take place, the fertilization will take place, and then it will develop into fruits and then seeds. Yes or no? And then these seeds has to be dispersed with the help of animals. Okay, and then insects or water, whatever it may be. And then we have to wait for the seeds to land on the soil, and then we have to wait for the germination and then growth of the plant. So it takes a lot of time in that reproduction. Okay, sexual reproduction. But here in vegetative propagation, what happens? It is a very fast method. For example, like when we cut the stem and then when we directly plant the cut stem into the soil, then it grows very fast. Okay, so this is a faster method. Now, third one is it needs less attention. Okay, so in vegetative propagation, we don't need to focus or we don't need to give much attention to the developing new plants. Okay, as in seeds. Okay, if we are sowing the seeds, then we have to water that seed, and then we have to take care of these young plantlets like that. Okay, but here we don't need much attention. It needs less attention. Okay, and fourth one is offsprings are genetically identical to the parents. Okay, now in sexual reproduction, if you're talking about that, the other one, sexual reproduction, there like pollen grains may be from other variety of plants. So there, the offspring, the baby plant, the young plant, that when we saw that seed, they might carry different genes. Okay, different genetic material. But here in vegetative propagation, we are just taking a part of their parent plant only. We are taking, maybe we can take the stem part, we can take the leaf part. Okay, so if we do this vegetative propagation, then the offsprings, the baby plant and the parent plant will have the same genetic material. Okay, suppose if we want to make the same type of plant only, then this vegetative propagation is going to be beneficial for us. Okay, because here we will get that the genetic material is identical, same genetic material we will get. The fifth one is, again, with the help of vegetative propagation only, we can again like create or produce new varieties with desired features. Okay, we can produce that one. Now in sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction, forget about this asexual reproduction, but when we talk about sexual reproduction, what happens here? Like any type of pollen grains may come and then may be germinated and then may fertilize. So we don't know what type of color or what type of variety will be like produced when we like talk about this sexual reproduction. Okay, like there's a chance of either this one or that one. Okay, we are not sure. But then in the vegetative propagation, okay, we can be very sure. If we want to take red color flower only, then we can produce that one. Or if we want to produce a seedless variety, then we can produce that one. Okay, whatever we desire, we can produce new varieties. Okay, so with the help of this vegetative propagation, we can produce new varieties of these desired features. Okay, whatever features or characters that we want, we can produce with the help of vegetative propagation. Okay, now let us go to next one that is disadvantages of vegetative propagation. Okay, so the first one is plants gradually lose their vigor. It means like if we continue this vegetative propagation, then they will lose their effectivity. Okay, like they will not be able to produce much like healthy fruits or healthy crops like that. Okay, gradually. Okay, generation, like if we continue to like 4, 5, 6 generation, if we keep on continuing this vegetative propagation, then they will lose their vigor. It means they will not be effective. Okay, fruits might not be healthy, or like we may not get a higher yield. We may not get plenty of fruits. Okay, or crops if we continue this one. This is the one of the advantage. Okay, the second one is they are more prone to endemic diseases. Okay, these plants produced by the help of this vegetative propagation, they are more prone. That means they are more likely to get infected by this like diseases. Okay, endemic diseases like that, whatever disease is like present there in the environment. Okay, these plants, okay, produced by this vegetative propagation, they will get infected with these diseases faster, okay, than the other plants which is produced sexually. Okay, and the third disadvantage is it leads to overcrowding and lack of nutrients. Overcrowding means that with the help of vegetative propagation, we can produce plenty of number of plants at a very short time. Okay, so what happens if we can produce plenty of plants at one time, then it leads to overcrowding. Okay, and then when the plants are overcrowded, what will happen? Like they will be competing for nutrients, so they will lack nutrients. Okay, they will be suffering from the lack of nutrients because plenty of plants are there growing in one place, and then they will be competing for the food like nutrients. Okay, so this is one of the disadvantage of vegetative propagation. Last one is shorter lifespan than sexually produced ones. Okay, sexually produced ones plants, they will have a longer lifespan. That means they will last for a long time, and then they will be able to produce crops or fruits like for like more than one season. Okay, but then these plants which are produced vegetatively by vegetative propagation, they have short lifespan. That means they will last only for one season, and then the next season they will not be able to like they will no more be like alive, and then their lifespan is very short. Okay, so this is the advantages and then disadvantages of vegetative propagation.